Hello, I'm your unofficial Australian board game correspondent, and today we are entering year 2 of our brand new life here in this new town of cozy Sticker Ville. That is right. So we are going to start, year 2. And just as a summary, this is what we are looking at after one whole year here at, we are south of the Cheshire. The main thing that happened at the end of last year in December, while everyone was celebrating their festivities for Christmas, is we did lose a tree due to some sinister lightning from our little lodge down here, which, someone decided to let into the town, and I'm sure that it was a great choice nonetheless. So we have 3 of these food tokens. We've got an abundance of wood and really plenty of options as to how we are going to start year 2. Now, if you did miss the first video, we did kind of cover how the game will work, and then we finished off year 1 in the last video. So from now on, we just kind of go through a whole year in each video just to see really how much we can enjoy and explore this brand new life that we have here. Alrighty, so let's get right into it with January. What do you got here? A traveling troupe of performers arrives in town, offering a week of festivities, music, dancing, juggling, and theatre. Can all be yours for a small fee. Okay, so this one is going to stay in here, and like the other things, it is going to give us an action we can take, which is to spend a gold to discard that and gain a happiness. Now, I'm going to just move this away. This is one of the long-term goals, and I'm just going to place it somewhere. I might just place it over outside of the play area for now. But we don't have any gold, and I think we were looking at ways to try and get gold because I know, I can assume that down here in the lodge, if we were to go back there, they'd want something to do with money because they needed money the first time. But to start off January, for our first action, I think that we are going to go, this is tough. I think we might just start once again keeping it as, not repetition is the right word, but just trying to keep it consistent with what we had last time. I'm going to spend 1 of our food to hunt for wood, right? We can never have enough wood. And we got a 4, which would give us 2 more wood, putting up our amount in our pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6. So we do have 6 wood tokens, which is great because I think at some point during this year, I might want to build a town hall. All right, February. Are you sick of eating berries yet? At least they taste better than pine cone a la mode. All right, so we can either plant a berry bush or a tree. All right. I think we've got more ways to generate wood than we do anything else. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 for the berries. So we will plant another berry bush. So we will place sticker 1H somewhere on our map. And here is our berry bush. And we need to find a spot for it. And you know what? I've got a nice little spot right here, right next to our, where the 4-leaf clover thing was, and a little farm over here. Not a farm, it's really a garden, isn't it, with some crops. But it would just fit in nicely. And look at that. It just looks really cool there, doesn't it? Sick. All right. Now we will go to our afternoon, where I think it's time for us to look at building this town hall. Alrighty, so the town hall card says if we have 3 or more residents, we can discard this and gain card 7, and residents count as anyone that is on artwork, including children and babies, and we have to spend 5. So we'll spend our 5, and we will just double check to have a look at how many people in our town. So we've got Wild Bill down here for the 1, then we've got Crazy Zach for 2, we've got Zach's brother and the wife and the baby for 3 or 5. And then of course we've got the Salazars up there with the 6 and the 7. Cool, so we will grab card 7 now from the catalog, which hopefully is something that is really cool. Let's have a look. The first step to creating a functional government is electing a mayor. You'd like to win fair and square, but that will involve winning the hearts of the people. All right, so I've got to find sticker 6F, and then it's going to give us an option to put political stickers everywhere. So I guess even though we own the land, this is our land, this is our town, we aren't the mayor. So I don't know, what would you call that? We're just like we're like a groundskeeper or something. Nah, but that is fair. You know, we aren't in charge. This is a democracy. You know, we are from Australia. So we are living in the democracy. And oh wow, look at that. Sorry. 6F is and now we can play this beautiful little town hall somewhere amongst everyone here. And then I guess eventually we will try and be elected mayor because we are here for the people. You know, we care about the people. We're people first. That's why we let all these people into our town. And now we've got to put this one somewhere. And I think I know just where I want this to go. Beautiful. So right there in the middle of our main strip, which I'm calling this middle section here, we have our town hall. And I just love the building, but I just look how well it kind of blends in with everything around it. Anyway, so we will have an option eventually to run for mayor, but for now, let's have a look at there. For now, let's have a look. Beautiful. Look at that. Just fits beautifully right along our main strip, which I'm calling that for now the main area of our little village here. And yeah, I just love how the stickers really blend in, and it's just so satisfying. I am loving this so much. Anyway, so our town hall is there, and that also kind of means that by extension, the lodge is part of the main strip of commercial real estate. But alas, we might run for mayor soon and see what that will be able to do for us later. But let's see what happens next. Roads are crucial for a proper town, but they might disrupt the local ecosystem. Okay. So once again, we can either plant flowers or spend one food to build lots of roads. Now, I just want to come back to this bee lover card over here, because if we have 4 or more flower stickers, then we would get to gain card 11, whatever that could be. And I like the idea of having roads along the middle, but I also think that there might be a chance to do that later as well. And I know for sure that if I get these flowers, I'll be able to do that for the bee lover. So we will do that. We're going to plant some flowers. So we get to put 2 flowers somewhere on the map. And I think I know that I might want to spruce up the town hall just a little bit more. Yeah, lovely. So we've chucked one over there at the town hall. And now with our second one, I'm thinking about extending some love to our first people that moved in, the lodge. If we can make it real nice and pretty down here, then maybe people will stop spreading rumors about what the lodge are up to. So that just fits in right nicely over there. But I'm thinking, you know, the guy in the robe was the first person to give us a shot and want to move in with our community. So we're going to put some flowers down there and see what will happen. But now we'll go to our afternoon phase where we can count 1 flower sticker, 2 flower stickers, 3 flower stickers, and a 4th one, meaning that we can now do this, the newcomer ambition for bee lover. So if there are 4 or more, I can discard this and gain card number 11. Okay, so we go into our catalog deck. There are a lot of cards here, but number 11 is there. And now we reveal bees buzz around their business making liquid gold. Cool, so we get to put a honey tree sticker in play, and now we have an option to build an apiary. Wow. And then at the end of the year, there will be other things that happen, but that is super cool. So I'll find sticker 6G and find a real nice spot for this honey tree. Wow, look how beautiful this honey tree is. That colors are so vibrant. I need to find a real nice spot for this, and I think we will put it down in the scenic area near the fishing pier, and near the crazy Zach's house, because Zach now has the most beautiful view. He looks over the lake, sees some bushes, and in the distance, the most beautiful burning embers of leaf color, not of actual flame, down there with the tree. All right, next up. Oh, here we go. David Dawes knows a dozen ways to make money, but a brilliant researcher could provide a scientific breakthrough. Okay, so we are going to have to figure out who else we want to bring into the town to join our colony. Yeah, that's a tough choice. Now, we don't have enough wood right now to be able to actually do that. So that is going to be something I have to think of in the future. But now for our afternoon, let's go check in to see what Zach's up to. All right, so I've got my book here and it says, I need some money to create a business plan. Can you help? So either we can say, sorry, mate, I'm broke. Or we can spend one gold to say, oh, all right, Chopper, of course. Now, we don't have any gold currently, meaning we have to go to option number A. I keep saying option number A. Option 1. And it says, sorry, mate. It's going to be a hard sell to sell this idea to investors. And I have to cover this option here with a progress sticker, which, I'm learning having all these progress stickers, it is going to have an impact. But on the other hand, we do get to take another action. All right, so I think for our action, we might actually just keep going right here. And we do have 1 food and 1 wood. So we will be able to build the apiary and really focus on seeing what beautiful sights nature can create for us. All right, and now look at that, the cutest little thing, which is now going to just come down here and we'll hang out right there, right in the corner, just making this a lovely spot. But we did have to discard this card, meaning that now this effect will not happen. Okay, so let us see what happens next in our second year. Birds sing as squirrels chase each other from tree to tree. A disgruntled woodsman waves his axe at them. Shoo, shoo, you vermin! Okay, so either we can help him chop down trees for lumber or let the wildlife thrive. Okay. I think that we just planted a tree, right? We have a honey tree down here. We also did put some more berries. I think there was a bush over here that we had figured out last time. So now we'll go back to helping the people of this town, and we are going to help the axe man by chopping down the trees for lumber, because we also do need some wood to do some of these actions. So we are going to gain 3 wood, and then we are going to place a sticker somewhere on this spot. Well, that just that just looks really sad, actually. I kind of regret that. I do have some regrets. That is so barren. I don't know what we've done. But hey, we'll stick to our choices. We did get the wood that we wanted. It is just a little bit sad over on this side. But maybe something will come through soon and spruce it all up. Okay, so now it is time for our afternoon, where I think we might actually see what this fishing business is all about. So over here, we can go fishing. So we will start by rolling the die that we have up here. Oh, I missed, but it is going to be a 4. All right, so on a 2 to 6, we place 1 food on the card from a supply, and then we get a choice to either reel it in or go again. So I'm going to put 1 on there and we are just going to keep going. We'll go for it again. Oh, that was significantly closer. We'll go 2 and then we're just going to full send. You know, we are Aussies, we full send, bang, a 6. That is perfect. Okay, so we have successfully fished 3 times. We've reeled in all the fishies. So now we can go and have a look at what 36.1 has to say for us. All right, so it presents us with this little chart here, which is interesting, but essentially because we rolled a 6 and we had 3 food on our card, we are actually able to put a sticker here and grab a sturgeon. So we've fished successfully on our first attempt, which gives us all 3 of this food as well. We now have an abundance of food, which is cool. But on our very first effort, we were able to grab a sturgeon, which is so cool for us. And I guess the more that we actually fish, it gives us more opportunities to place the heart stickers. And if we ever get to a point where we've covered 3, 6, or 9 spots here with the hearts, like we just did now, then we get to unlock some new milestones, which is super cute. All right, so now that that's done, we are going to the next and see what is in store for us here. There comes a time in everyone's life when they need to choose between money and happiness. Okay, so this gives us 2. We've got playground or working an odd job. Fascinating. All right. Here's the thing, right? As far as I'm concerned, there is only 1 child in this town right now. So there isn't going to be much to do with the playground. But I mean, I would just go there and have the time of my life. All right. I think we have done a lot of stuff, but one thing that we haven't really done yet, a question that we still have unanswered, is what on earth happened up here to the trees? So I'm going to go and use this action, and I'm going to go into the catalog deck and grab card number 18 to see what nonsense occurred. Alrighty. Ooh, what the? All right. 1 tree is burnt to a crisp, but the other has strange markings on it that almost look like writing. You'll need something to decipher it. All right, so we've got to cover this on the map with 9C, but this will now stay in our area. And look, I 100% believe that we will need to go to the lodge, maybe level up in our lodge membership to be able to find a book or find something that is going to give us some semblance of understanding as to what those scrawlings mean. But for now, we will cover up this spot so no further exploration can happen over there. All right, we've only got, we're about halfway through the month here, so let's see what is in store for us next. A market is crucial for buying and selling goods. Yes, it is, and I do really want a market. So this is going to be the easiest turn ever. I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend 3 wood. We have just 3 wood exactly, and we now get to gain card number 9 from the catalog. Wow, so this is how I guess we can start really building something in this town, really making it more of a town and less of a small village that just had trees and us and a weird cult. Okay, the market is a great place to buy and sell goods. It also brings the village close together. All right, so we'll put this sticker into play, and then as an action we can take, we can exchange up to 3 resources for resources of any type except ore. Now, in terms of the resources in this game, I believe it's going to be the wood, the food, and the gold will be what we'll be able to exchange. So that will be a great way for us to perhaps start some kind of system where we fish and then we sell and we get gold and then we spend that gold and the cycle continues, and then eventually we level up and become a lodge member and own the lodge and then run a cult. No, hang on, that's not right. That's not right. I swear that's not what I'm trying to do. But no, let us resolve this and put that sticker in play. And here it is in all of its glory, our beautiful market, a place that will bring the community together, and it's going to go right here, right in the town center, right next to our town hall. So we'll try and get as many really important commercial buildings along here, just because that is something that I would be interested in doing. Yeah, that's pretty much the reason why. Cool, okay. Let us now see what comes next. A moneylender pays you a visit from the city. He seems friendly enough. We're basically offering you free money. This is the deal of a lifetime. So either we can take the money or refuse it. Okay. Now, I know we don't have any money right now, but we did just open a market, meaning that we will be able to start selling and trading and getting gold, which will help us do other things here. So I think that we are going to say, no, we don't want your loan. I don't want to owe anyone anything. My father said it is time for me to make a name for myself, stop getting handouts, and really, do something with my life. So we're going to say, no, we're going to refuse it. And there it goes. You lay awake at night thinking about all the things you could have done with that money and nothing happens. Well, so sometimes you miss, sometimes you don't miss. But I think in the long run, we have more respect from the townspeople if we don't have that loan. Anyway, so I think what we are going to do is we are going to visit our newly minted what's it called? No, they're not shops. Market. Yeah, silly me. We're going to visit our newly minted market to exchange 3 food that we got from all that fishing. And we're going to grab 3 coins. So we finally have some money up in this business. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, cool. So we do finally have some gold, which means that we are now open to be able to do some more things on our next turn, which is sick. Alrighty, the next morning, you've accomplished much in this past year, but your neighbors are growing hungry. Oh, all right. Well, now that is putting another thing onto our plate. Now, once again, we are not the mayor of this town yet, but everyone is treating us like the mayor naturally. And this has, we'll just go have another look at it. So we can discard 4 food, which we just got rid of a bunch of food to make a feast and gain a happiness. And if we have this at the end of the year, we would have to spend 4 food or gain the hunger milestone in red. Now, I think red is bad. My understanding is red is bad. We have 3 more months left. So I think for now we can ignore that because I really want to spend a gold to see what the Salazars will do with their dream food factory. Yes, that is right. I think that we can potentially get some food from it. So I'm going to invest. I'm going to give them a singular dollar and see what they are going to do with that. Alrighty, so this is the canned food factory. And the Salazars have prime real estate over here. And now this card specifically said that we have to place it overlapping a river, even if we don't have a bridge. Now, they kicked up a bit of a fuss because, they are the rich people in the town, and they said, we don't want to have to hear it because there is a nice spot right here potentially for it, so you can keep an eye on it. But being the selfless leader that I am, I have decided to put it right down near me. And I said, don't worry guys, I will keep an eye on it. I will make sure on my morning walks, I walk past the factory to make sure nothing sinister is going on inside here, just to look after everything. And I just want to, if I can zoom in on that, that is the coolest thing ever. The way that they've integrated that design onto the clear part there is so awesome. But we officially have a factory in our town. Maybe that will be a way for us to generate more food and more money. Okay, we're getting to the pointy end of our year. What does it say? Your morning hike is cut short by a massive log blocking the path. Always the opportunist, you break out your saw and get to work. So we can either keep the wood or we can sell the wood. Now, what do we really need wood for right now? I guess looking down here, it's pretty much the option to build a house or build a playground. Otherwise, we don't really care much for the wood right now. And we are going to be generating less because of all the deforestation that we've been kind of participating in. But that is fine because we do have this market now. So I think we are going to go for some gold. And what does it say? Gain 1 gold. So I think this is going to be what we need to do now. We need to get some money so we can start really doing things in our city. Okay, so we have 2 months left after this. Currently down here, we are looking and staring down the barrel of people being hungry based on that card that we saw here. So it would be a good idea to get some food, which I think we are going to do by fishing once more. Fishing worked so well for us last time, so we may as well give it another shot. All right, so that is going to be 1, and I think we're just going to go for it. Ooh, okay, never mind. We failed in our fishing exploits. That is not great. I wish I could reroll, but alas. So we've just gained 1 food, which has, I mean, it hasn't hurt us, but it has just meant that we've only really given ourselves, oh, hang on a sec, sorry. I can do it again, can't I? I can. I'm still going to keep going because down here it says you can roll the die again. All right, so we are going to put 1. And it's happened again. Oh no, sorry. Hang on, scrap that. No. All right, so you've only gotten the 1. So I'm going to return that one because I accidentally just played it twice, misreading. Of course, you only get the option if you roll a 2 to 6, then it's choose 1. Otherwise, you just gain the 1 food. So now we have 3 food and that has used our afternoon. So now we go to our next morning phase and see what it says. You awaken to windows, doors, and cabinets rattling. Oh, earthquake. Okay, so for starters, we have to roll. Now we do have the lucky milestone, which is amazing because that means that we will be able to re-roll. So we're aiming for a 5 or a 6, hopefully. That is a 1. I think 1's going to be the worst. So we are going to re-roll and that's a 2. All right, so we flip it over. Oh, what? The ground splits open. Place sticker 3D. Well, that can't be good. Yeah, look at that. There is just a massive rift that is opened up, which is not great. And I'm just trying to think where I could possibly put it. I don't have a lot of strips of just kind of like straight area. Could go down in the corner there. But I'm thinking, what if I could pave it? What if I put it outside there and I was able to pave that up eventually? A lot of choices, but we don't know what caused this earthquake. People think that maybe it was Zach, a mad wild inventor, which is why it is near where he is. But other people think that maybe it is the sinister lodge who, after launching that lightning attack at the end of our first year, did something else to make the ground split open. Me, on the other hand, I am not too sure whatsoever, but I do know that maybe there needs to be something said to Zach to figure out what is going on. All right, so that is the end of our morning. Now, we are only going to have 1 afternoon phase after this. And I think that we are going to have to try and get some more food somewhere. So I could go to the market and just exchange a gold and buy a food just to have that, which is actually not a bad idea. Or I could take the gamble and try and fish again. Now, I think I'm going to go fishing again because you know, we don't give up. A true Aussie doesn't give up. So here we go. We've got 1, we've got 2, and let's go for 3. And 3. So we have 3 food, and now we will go over here into our chart, and that means that we have actually gotten ourselves a catfish. Cool. All right, so we'll put a sticker to cover up, and we've gotten more food now, which means that we'll be able to have a massive feast for everyone. Yeah, look at that. And with our catfish catch, we do have 2 heart stickers now, which is super cool. All right, so we are in December. This is the last thing that happens in our second year. And this is what it says. If you have the Wild Bill resident, read option A. Otherwise, read B. Okay, we do have Wild Bill. So what does it say? Money has gone missing and you suspect Bill is to blame. You can't prove it though. So we have to lose 1 gold if able. Then we can either kick him out or let him stay. Well, for starters, let us get rid of this gold, for 1. And now we have a choice. Now, Wild Bill, he was another early adopter. He saw what we were doing and he is crazy, but I can't just give up on people. I really think we have to let him stay. And maybe this could come back to bite me in the butt, but I believe in Bill. And if he did steal it, then I know that maybe he needed the money more than I did. So we will keep him there just because we believe in him. And now it is the last turn for the second year. So I'm just looking down here in our play area, and we do have 2 cards that have end of year effects will resolve. So this one needs us to have 4 food, which we have done. So we will not be going hungry, which means I don't have to throw the feast. And this one is I can spend 2 gold to gain 1 happiness. Otherwise, this will get discarded. So the difference between, I guess, the top and bottom is 1 gold versus 2 gold. Now, because Bill stole some of that money, allegedly stole, we only have 2 gold left in the bank. Because I was actually going to go and see if I could help old mate Zach out with some money. And now we are in a bit of a pickle, because if I do that, then I guess we can't have people being happy. So we're going to sacrifice happiness for that. But that is okay. I think it is worth giving Zach a shot and seeing if we can now help invest in his company with all the money that we have scrounged together. So I will just get my book here and I will go right onto the page, which is 23.1. And it reads as following. If 3 heart stickers are on the page, read option A. Otherwise, read B. So on the page currently, we have 1 heart and 2 progress. So it is going to be option B. I haven't found any investors yet. So we can spend 1 gold to invest, and then we get to read option A or perform another action. So let us go. Here, mate, I'll give you some cash for your business about hats and animal hats. And I want him to now tell me what is going to happen with that. Okay, so I can't wait to start selling my animal hats. Thank you for your support, partner. All right, so he's just going straight into it. So we're now going to cover this up on the map with a heart sticker, and then, no, sorry, I read the wrong one. Yes, we're going to cover this on the heart sticker, and now we get a investor milestone. Sick, that is awesome. Okay, so here we go, investment. And you'll notice it does have a gold symbol on it. Now, when we were setting up for year 2, we did get the option to look at all of our milestones. If we could find one of those symbols, it would give us 1 gold. So hopefully that is a recurring theme, and we will now just have a gold for Zach's wild animal hats, because, Well, I didn't think it was a good idea at first. It has grown on me. You know, I love seeing cows in hats and pigs in hats and bats in hats, but certainly no cats in hats because I don't want to get sued by any film studios. So we'll keep it away from the cats. Alrighty, so we have now depleted the year 2 deck, which means that now as we move to the end of the round, we will now look in our play area and we will have to see what is going on with the cards in our area. So we have 2 that have end of year effects here. So the first one is we can either spend 4 food or we gain the hunger milestone. So we are going to spend 4 food, 1, 2, 3, 4, and everyone eats, everyone's happy, no one's upset, and that can now get discarded. And the second one is we can spend 2 gold to gain 1 happiness, otherwise we discard this. We cannot hire the performers, so there will be no performing. Unfortunately, no happiness is gained, so that just gets discarded. And that is where we are going to leave it today. So year 2 is officially complete, officially in the books. We have grown a bit as a town. We're now starting to see a bit of a town square coming together. We do have a company that can make food as well in our town there, as we believed in the dreams of the Salazars and also in Zach and his wild animal hats. However, not all is right in this village, as there is a massive chasm that is opened up that might be worth investigating. And if you would like to find out the answers, then why don't you tune in for season 3 of our playthrough. I have been your unofficial Australian board game correspondent, and that is me signing off.